everybody, I'm actually back finally. So let's where is my nope, that's not it. So I knew there's a full screen option here somewhere. There's full chart. Ew, that's ugly. But anyway, here's GME for the day. As you can see, we had a nice high point. What is this? 2701, 2721. Anyway, yeah, we definitely hit over 27 for the day at some point today, and we're hovering around it right now. Hopefully we'll break through it. We're currently on Warrants Day and whatnot. But anyway, here is what we got going on with the NASDAQ. I've been doing fairly well since I was on about a year ago. Here is the current PA accounts that I've got that I traded this morning already. This is just kind of a get back in the saddle, check out my new mic and all of that. I'm going to try and start streaming again tomorrow. I might do some video game streaming this afternoon. I just want to make sure I get all my things set up right, because this currently right now is only streaming on YouTube. So if I do that, I think I am now also streaming on Twitch now too. So anyway, for the Twitch stream, we currently have this going on with, go away, GME here. There we go. It looks a little better that way. And how in the world is not? F12 is not working. F1, nope. F2, 3, nope. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. What the heck? Ah, there we go. That's what I was looking for earlier. So now I can see how GME is doing. Like I said, we're at 26.98. Next week is Warrants Week, so we're excited for that coming up. For what that is, for people who don't understand, is basically GameStop gave out warrants to purchase stock at a price of $32, which is good for, I believe, like a year and a half, somewhere around there, maybe even longer than that. I'd have to look it up again. But I actually already have some options in at $25, so hopefully those do well for me in the near future. But also, if you have GME, it should be going up over the next week or so, and as we all know, this is kind of how I started, so I figured this was a good time to get back into streaming again. Anyway, here are my NASDAQ trades going on Apex. So let's go ahead. We are currently trading MNQ just because it's end of day and we're going to be slow. We do have some trail accounts that have just been rolling through, but anyway, we'll go to this one here. And actually what I'm going to do is I am going to do chart trader hidden for right now, so that you have a full screen of just this without seeing what I'm doing as far as the buying and selling, closing, or whatever. But this is the main thing we want to be looking at right now, is the chart. Before I didn't have these bars and my indicators have changed. I'll probably do another video on my updated indicators here soon, since I was on about a year ago. Things have definitely changed, especially with my strategies, and I'll go over that at some point. But for right now, we're just going to kind of put in some trades with this setup to see how it looks for our whole system here. Oh, we need to minimize you. There we go. Now that works. Kind of how Alt-Tab does that. You probably saw my background, which is fine. But anyway, we're now going to go. I think it's still pushing down. We've had a trending down. You know, it came up this morning, and then, or this morning. So it shot up this morning and then kind of went down there. So I'm actually going to switch this down to 1 minute to help you see it maybe a little bit better instead of 15 minutes. So as you can see, around 7:30 this morning, I had a shoot up, and then it's been kind of pushing down and been flat since basically noon. But anyway, we're going to assume that it's going down because of this channel and it's in the middle. We're not looking to get a whole lot. We'd just like to hit $22 or $200 an account if we can. So we're going to start from the bottom and we're going to say it's going down. MNQ. Oh, I know the problem. It's hidden, but you need to be able to see the account. So we're just going to leave it on this one so that you can see it and what's going on. But I'm going to be trading the other accounts at the same time on another screen that I have. And I'm basically putting in the exact same trades. All of these accounts, I don't use a copy trader because some of these pop accounts don't let you do it. And sometimes I don't like trading all of them at once, and sometimes, you know. So anyway, we're going to sit here and we're going to kind of be patient and watch it. And we're in for 4 MNQ contracts, which is a little bit less than half of one full NQ, which is 10 MNQs. So this is like 1/10 of a tenth of a tenth of a tenth of a contract or whatever it is for NASDAQ, since it sells at like 20,000. But anyway, as you can see, little movements gives us a little bit of money on it. And we're looking for this number for the total P&L to hit around 200 for the day. We can then see the totals up here for the accounts that we're trading. And, you know, 50, 12, 16, 24. We can close each individual account with these buttons. We can go positions here and then flatten everything. We'll close all of them if we need to. But right now we're just going to watch this. Actually, we might switch over to positions so we can see that all of our positions here are where we're at currently on just this trade. I think properties, is that where it is? Yep, there it is. Yeah, so we don't have a total P&L. So anyway, go back here. You can see total P&L and how we're doing. We roughly need, what, $60 or so per account. Or rather, another 150 per account. So we'll just kind of be slow, wait and watch and see what it does. Again, this is not a normal time that I like to trade, seeing as we only have about an hour and 5 minutes in the market, so I'll probably just leave this trade in for a maximum of like 5 minutes right now, and then probably call that good for getting back in the saddle of streaming again. Hopefully the mic and everything worked out well. Debating on if I'm going to use the mask or a VTuber going forward. If anybody sees this and wants to vote on it, let me know. Anyway, so now we're watching that go. And we'll just see what happens. So again, let's take another look real quick at GME for our ADHD mind. Yeah, I know. Thank you for the ad. I have ad blocker. And we're still 26.95, so we dropped a couple of cents since we looked last time. I'll put it here so we can see what the morning is. And oops, that's the right one. There's the right one. As you can see, we're now, you know, close to our 200 mark. So what we can do, if we want, I have an ATM strategy going on this one, which is this one for people to see. What it is, as you can see, it's for 4 contracts, and then there's 2 different stop losses on it. And right now you can see it's starting to bounce back up. But I think we should be able to get down to this R1, and it should kick over once it hits 100, but come on, buddy. So we're hoping that it comes down to this R1. And the alligator's mouth being open, going downward, downward trend. The VMA going above. Once it goes above this, we'll be good. Oh, hey, here we go. We might actually get a stop loss move from our ATM strategy here in a second. Come on. Once it hits 100, it should do it. See? And then now we've got a guaranteed of this price. And here, as you can see, we're making 138. And I'm pretty sure that it probably moved on all of them. Nope, that one didn't move yet. That one didn't move. And that one didn't move. So in this case, what we might end up doing is we're going to switch over to positions. We're going to count. We're going to hope, because these ones also have to hit over 100 since we got in a little bit late on them. But we're making over 100 bucks for the day. Not quite enough for payouts on these accounts yet. But you know what? This is looking like a bottom to me. And I kind of want to see how this video has turned out so far. So we're going to go ahead and... Oh. Wait a second, and hopefully it bounces down before we flatten everything. Got a little bit more at least. So there's pretty close to a bottom, I would think. Make sure this one is closed. Okay, everything's closed on the accounts. You can see some ones that I failed earlier that were trials. Oh, so here we are, you know, chugging along to make some money. MNQ is a lot safer and slow, and I'm going to trade it until I get a much larger buffer in these accounts to then start withdrawing. So anyway, let's take a look back at what GME is doing. Yep, there's that again. I know. And we dropped another like 2 cents. But keep an eye on this, especially when the warrants come out on the 3rd of October, I believe was the date. We should be getting those. And if you have any questions, feel free to message me. I am going to call it here for the day.